It's a new moon in about 5 minutes. I'm streaming just here in the Empowered Spirit Circle group. A little added meditation today. It's been a rough half of a year, right? So today's new moon marks a new path. So join me now or later. So that you can set some energy for this new path for you. Okay. So we are right at the energy of a new moon, second new moon of the month, all right? Second new moon in Cancer, black moon they call it. It doesn't happen very often. We still will have a new moon in Leo, so you don't skip one out of the month. We just have an extra moon. So it has been a really intense time. I really agree. I sometimes feel lost myself. I keep saying, what am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose? And I just keep coming right back to here. I really do. Helping, serving, guiding, holding the space and doing my practice. I really do. And I know it's not an easy time. But I will say we've had a lot of shifts in the planets, a lot of cosmic forces moving on. The planets are in the skies at night, all right? That's to help us feel that vibration for change, for evolution, for forward motion. And that's really kind of where we're at. All right, we're out of that eclipse energy. We're out of Mercury retrograde. We're out of Venus retrograde. So the inner planets is our own personal work. We're moving forward. So it is an opportunity to hold that higher vibration. That's what I'm really talking about this week, the next several weeks, is holding that higher vibration. It's going to get intense. We've got Mars energy, that fiery red Mars energy back in its home planet, and that is going to heat up. We're going to see a lot of controversy coming forward this last half of this next half of the year, last half, however you want to look at it. So finding the way to hold the higher vibration, especially as a light worker, as a healer, as a spiritual person, as a teacher, coach, whatever you may call yourself, whatever it is the work that you do, but really holding that higher vibration, not allowing yourself to get caught in the fear and what's going on and what do we got to do and I can't control anything, all of that stuff, not to get caught in that. To really work on holding that vibration. All right, what does that mean? That's what we're actually going to work on in our meditation today. But when we hold the vibration, when we hold the higher vibration, we look at what vibration is. All right, so on that scale of consciousness, Dr. David Hawkins, if you're not familiar with this is kind of where I've learned a lot of this is through his work. Brilliant man, he has passed on, but brilliant man. He labeled it by measuring those levels of consciousness. So fear and stress and anxiety and worry, that's a lower vibration on the scale. And then as you lift that up and start to change it and start to open up, then you get into the higher vibrations. Joy, peace, prosperity, all right, love. Even peace is at the higher vibration. It really is. So we want to hold that vibration. And when we manifest, when we set out new intentions, we go into how those will feel as we see them coming in, how those will feel for you. And that's what you want to lift. So say you want a new relationship. Why? You want to feel love and joy. So you go into the emotions. And that's how we begin to hold that higher vibration. Now, we may drop it a little bit from time to time, right, through the day of stress and talking to people, but we want to lift it right back up. And so we work on those spaces, all right, and start strengthening those spaces in between each time we lose that vibration. All right, so really that's the energy we're at as we move through this week. We've got the new moon. Set your intentions. Get your journals out, all right? I've got mine. 100. Write them out. Write them out. I wrote mine over neatly. You can't see them. But write them out. Add to them. Write them on paper. That puts them into the physical form. Don't just keep them in the mind. All right, then we'll move into a little bit of that fire energy. All right, it's hot around the country. It's hot where we are down south. Yesterday, I was like exhausted. We cleaned out a cabin. 700 pounds. Actually, I was a little sad about this. 700 pounds of junk, of years and years and years and years. Old couches, old floors, old carpets, all this stuff, this little meditation cabin. But we had to go to the landfills. I think every person, whenever they buy a home or move into apartments, should go to the landfills of their area. It was really sad to see the waste and to smell it. Definitely, I pledge to Mother Earth to do a better job as we create this meditation cabin and be really conscious of what I bring in. So that was my morning energy, right? That's how we started out. All right, I lost my track of thought, but we're going to move into that heat as we move through this week, all right? And being conscious of Mother Earth, that's that Cancer energy. There we go. That's where I was going. That's that Cancer energy. Mother Earth, the nurturing, the inside, all of that energy going on. The intuitive stuff is really loving energy coming forward. Venus is in that morning sky again, so really opening up to that nurturing, that loving, setting those intentions for that higher vibration is really what is so important as we move through this next half of the year. It really is. And so this can be that marking point. This can be the cycle. Okay, 1236, the new moon just came in. All right, so all that talking before was to help us to get us to this point. That new moon just came in. So take a moment right this very second. Where is it for you? Where does that new cycle begin for you? That's what we want to manifest. All right, letting go of the old. All right, we reflected all that dark of the moon. I talked about in the podcast on Saturday. All that dark of the moon energy, cut the cord, push it away. It's done. Lift the vibration of thinking like, wow, all that's done, new path. And maybe some of the stuff you carry through is the same, but let it be on a new path for you. And that's the vibration we want to work with this week. So we've got the Cancer energy today. That's that nurturing. Then we move into that Leo. Next couple of days, that's going to be some of that fire energy moving forward. All right, and then we move into the Virgo, the nurturing again, Mother Earth. So it can be a really productive next couple of weeks. It can be if you allow it to be. Look at your productivity. Look at your new direction. Look at your manifesting. Look at your vision boards. All right, my daughter and I got our vision boards back out, and we looked at them. What needs to be rearranged, or do we need a new one? We both decided we didn't really need a new one. We just moved a few things around. Same thing, all right? Do that as we go on to this new path. It's going to be an intense next 6 months. It really is. I'm not going to say it's not. But what I am going to ask, as I started out saying, is be the one to hold that vibration. Be the one to have the positive air about what you're doing. Find the new ways. Be innovative. Use your integrative methods of healing. Use color, use sound, use Reiki, use your cards. Help you make those kind of decisions and know how that feels for you. And let that be the stepping stones to your path. That is the energy we're moving through this week. You're going to feel some direct motion. Feel it. Work with it. All right, so let's take that into a meditation. Let's spend a couple of extra minutes on the meditation today, where we're going to really work on lifting, radiating out those vibrations. All right, I'll use a little long distance Reiki to send out that energy healing vibration. Track that in. See if you can notice where that comes in for you, and then turn around and magnify your auric field with those vibrations that you want to see as you move into this new path for you. All right, new moon just came in. All right, so taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. And let's go through this meditation together. Wherever you are, if you can, just take a few moments. It won't be that long. A little sound bowl music. Inhaling up the body and exhaling back out. Calling in your higher self. Calling in your guides right on top of the crown, right into that ascended energy, the upper dimensions. And as you exhale, pull all that energy in. Pull it in. Inhaling, lifting that prana from the earth through the breath, raising the vibration of energy all the way up. And as you exhale, bring the energy all the way back down, deep into the earth. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking this moment to relax, to let go, to pull your energy in. Notice how you're feeling. And just for a brief moment, let go. Cut the cords on all the old energy, let it go. And now let us step into that new moon energy. Stepping into the energy of where we are in this very present time here in the summer season. Offering gratitude for making it this far. No matter what, just making it this far this year. Inhaling and exhaling. Just imagine you're on this beautiful wheel of life, the medicine wheel as we call it, walking around this circle, taking in your life right now. Halfway at the summer, here we are. The summer is about growing our life. It's about recognizing what is working. And it's about pulling away the seeds that aren't and letting grow what is. So as we step forward into this new moon energy, what can you grow for this new path for you? And how does that feel? Let's call in the directions for guidance and protection to help us hold this vibration. To the south, the west, the north, and the east. Above us, below us, right into the very center. Pulling into your heart. Noticing how you'll feel as you see your intentions, this new path. How do you feel? See this path. See yourself stepping on this path. That's the vibration we want to start to lift. Imagine, visualize, pretend, see yourself on this path. How do you feel? Alive? Awake? Conscious? Inspired? Joyful? Blissful? Peaceful? Love. And feel those emotions all around you. That's what you want to begin to radiate out. Imagine it just like radiating light with each of those emotions out through your auric field. So you see yourself stepping on this new path with your intentions. Feel the planets, feel the stars, feel the moon way up there, shining on you, on your light, your path. Feel that energy. And now for a brief second, let it go. Now bring it back. Lift it up, bring it back, magnify that energy out there. See if you can notice the difference. Hold it, send it out. Maybe something comes along and you drop it, you space out, let it go, and now bring it back. Return to this over and over, this feeling of high vibration. Return to it over and over as you see yourself taking another step on this path, shining your light ahead and around to the sides, helping others so we can evolve. We can create this new reality, one that is more loving, more peaceful, more money-friendly. Exchange, prosperity. And see yourself taking another step with this energy all around you. Keep holding this vibration. Sending energy out, holding this vibration. Seeing those new intentions for you. Keep radiating out this vibration, holding this light. Just keep shining it out. This is the practice. Lifting the emotions, radiating them in your auric field, all around. Taking another deep inhale and exhale. Just bringing that awareness back and just see if you can hold that vibration. as we continue working, showing the cards, and as you continue through your day as well. That is the key. Returning to that vibration over and over and over. Visualize, imagine, pretend, as we say in the intuitive world. All right, I showed one of the cards last night, the Sun. I was just too hot to continue. The Sun. This is a great card for right now. This is the summer, the sun, the hope, the abundance, the golden light. Look at the sunflowers coming in. And this just inspires you to remember the sun is shining on your back door. I think there was a song like that, right? It is shining, and it will continue to shine. Keep building your practice. Keep building your work. Keep building that new path. Beautiful card for where we are right now, summer, July. My birthday is tomorrow. Now, if you chose card number 1, if you chose posted 1, the 6 of water. So this is kind of the card we had before, right? This is about like spending a little time on reflection. That's great, but don't dwell on it. Don't wish for what was, all right? Especially right now. I wished it would go back. I wished it never happened. It's not going to happen. All right? So like use it as lessons. Use it as reflection. Use it for compassion, but don't hold on to it, all right? Don't hold on to it. It's okay for reflection, but don't hold on to it. If you chose card number 2, we have the 3 of Earth. All right, so this is some of that grounding energy. This is like, okay, let me reflect on what was and move it forward. All right, that initial completion, we kind of call it, where we like, okay, we have the idea is the 1. The duality comes in. We see both sides. 3, we have a better picture, and we can move forward with that knowledge. All right, look at the grounding energy. She looks like a statue, right? So that's a great card for really helping you to ground your energy to move forward. And then the 3rd card, if you chose card 3, was the Ace of Air. All right, so this is those new ideas. This is perfect mindset for the new moon, right? That winged horse, all right? I love this card here. It's like have the imagination, have the dreams, put the energy out there for you. All right, be magical in your life right now. Summer, you could do that wild energy. Be magical. Have those new thoughts, that new mindset. Perfect card for today. Really perfect. All right, so just to review, the sun is always shining. Don't give up. Keep shining that light and bring in that golden radiance. Feel that aura with golden radiance. Imagine that too. That's a great way to do it. Reflect on what was, but don't hold on to it. Let the emotions flow. That's that Cancer energy. All right, perfect. 3 of Earth is the grounding. All right, take what was working and be solid with your foundation. All right, and that's for that, even that new path. You take that with you. All right, let go of what wasn't. Cut that cord. And then new thought, new mindset. Be magical, dream it, visualize it, bring it into the reality of the physical form, which is some of that energy as well. All right, so I know I'm off schedule today, but I did want to make a point about talking about this. Yes, I will be talking about it more on the podcast, holding that vibration, looking at the scales of consciousness, helping us to reach that out. All right? Thanks for joining me now or later. I appreciate it. Love you guys so much. Do your work. To your spirit. Namaste.